Alright, hoping for some redemption today. Yesterday was a little bit fucked. So we have some good news and bad news. The bad news is that we already have 4 losses, and we're only midway through the month. But the good news is that the losses have been fairly well managed, so we still got room. They've held to the stop loss or below. Well, one of them went over, but the other 2 are really far below, so we got some space, but damn. Usually I can expect around 5. The average is 5.2 losses a month, so this is a little bit longer of a month, so we possibly could reach 6. Good news is, you know, we're still winning overall. We still have a pretty decent month so far. Yesterday was a little bit frustrating, so let's go over that while we have 10 minutes before the open. Really violent drop right off the open. I mean, that's an extreme drop. Not even a bounce for a retest or anything like that. It just went shoosh all the way down. Usually expect, even with a really strong breakout, something like this, where you have a strong breakout, and then you have like a pullback, and then you have a continuation, but this one had nothing. I wanted to get short, but only from a bounce, and that never happened. Let's go down to the 1 minute on it. So I was planning on shorting if it came up on that bar, but it didn't. It kept going down, Tried to do something here, and it just flushed again. So the alternative is to play for a bounce play, and we had this, and then made a lower low. We started to really get heavy here, and then it just didn't work out. Tried one more time, got flushed out with one lower low again, and then not even 5 minutes after I closed the live stream, we had this reversal that clears out all of this crap, and then I went long. And I had a few different targets to the long side. I had one here, which it wasn't really a level. It's kind of a mistake on my part. Really, a level is some consolidation, but there's no consolidation here. It's just like barely a blip, and it just dropped off. Really, all we had is a long leg down, and then we had this here, this accumulation point. But one of the targets could have been here. One of the targets I mentioned was here, and the other one, if it wanted to do like a complete 180, which I've seen before, is to reattempt to get back up here, but I don't think it will at this point. It was a huge drop yesterday. So being able to get a little bit from this run lowered the losses a bit, but I'm still kind of frustrated with the way things went. The stock itself ended up stopping on the 15-minute, 20-period moving average. You can see at 10 o'clock, it starts to meet the 15-minute, and that's the one that I've seen have the best reaction points. Everything else is just like a trend line, but the 15-minute one seems to have a little bit more of a reaction when hitting it. Everything else is just, I mean, these are ultimately just indicators, just delayed trend lines on average price, but on a higher time frame they have a little bit more of an effect, but you gotta watch the price levels ultimately. So what are we hoping for today? Well, I was hoping my bias is a lower low. Yesterday my bias was a higher high, which we did get pre-market, and just the open, like the very first print off the open is a higher high, but then it just dumped. So, I mean, it's always a possibility that you get what you want, but then the actual direction of the stock for the rest of the day is completely opposite. What I was hoping for here was a retest, a jump up and retest here, and then a fall off, but now that it's falling off first off, now I kind of want to look for a bounce play higher for it to at least retest before rolling over. I don't know, it's a little bit tricky and nebulous to me at this point. So we gotta wait till around 15 minutes to a half hour to see where things kind of shake out. Can't see if I can scroll it over a little bit because my ass is in the way. But we're almost to the low of yesterday. And I really wanted this shit to come back up here. That would have been a lot more clear to me. And it doesn't need to. It can keep dropping down, but the safer plan would be for it to try to bounce play and then drop. But I don't think it's going to reach up here anytime soon. That on the daily, I wiped out quite a bit. My expectation is for it to get down to the 170 point, kind of do like a retest here. Kind of interesting stuff. So you had multiple gap ups. This thing has been really gappy. So you had earnings, then you had a gap up, indecision bar, wipe that out. A little bit of a pullback. Then you have another gap up into a resistance area. Didn't hold. I mean, it kind of got really choppy around here, trying to fight to stay above or get below. It couldn't hold it. And then it just gradually drops off, has a little bounce, taken out. So I wonder if the ultimate... my first target is here, and then we'll see if it gets down here again. Although this is getting close to filling the gap right there, just... on that same area I was kind of targeting, so... we shall see, but we got our asses kicked yesterday. But if things go well, then I've got a little game we can play on this stream. And then I can sign in later to play more Stellar Blade. That's how shit's looking. So now we wait. We got 3 minutes left. Now, is there anything else I can play? I mean, everything had to move higher yesterday, like especially Microsoft. What a motherfucker. Although this is pretty tricky right here. I made a low lower than the open, which is insane. So that probably pissed a lot of people off. But Microsoft had a hell of a day yesterday. Is there anything we want to do here? A little bit more of an expensive stock, and it doesn't... for the expense that it has, it doesn't move all that much. So what do we got? The next resistance level is 430. It's kind of reaching up into that area again. But that was a really strong takeout. Took the high of this and just really ran. So expectation is a high higher than this high, but, you know, it looks like it needs a little bit of a pullback. But anything can happen. And we got a low here. We have quite a bit of a range here. What else? Meta? Oops. Metacorp Public. Meta's having a hell of a time too. Still below the zero line on the MACD for whatever that's worth. That looks like one. So it dropped down here when these were... So that used to be a support point, and then it gapped down below it pretty harshly from earnings, and now we're right where it is again. 12 seconds. Alright. Well, if I lose a 5th time, then I'm definitely gonna just trade offline the rest of the month. Just so I can get my shit together again. Alright, so what do we got here first? Some more downside. Market's pulling back a little bit. Had a hell of a day yesterday, breaking through a resistance level. First, I retested a support level that a resistance level that broke through, so I had support there. Then it broke through another one, and then it just kept going and going and going and going. Fucking insane. It's a pretty deep drop there. Low level from yesterday. I always feel a lot better when it retests and then goes. But yesterday there was no such thing. It just died, man. Now, if you're right off the bat, then it's a great way to just be done in 2 minutes. But if you're wrong, then you're fucked the rest of the day, and then you feel like you still need to trade because you just sat all the rest of the day. Okay, so what do we got here? So we have a pullback. Pullback up. So we did break below the low level of yesterday. Trying to see if we can get back up. I still want to see it fail here and then roll over to make a lower low. But my expectation was a low lower than the previous day's low, so we've already done that, so it kind of accomplished that task. Still can't... God damn it, I hate it when they... kind of suckers me in. Almost get FOMO from the day before, but I think we need to be a little bit patient here. Baba's on the scanner. I wonder what Baba's doing. Reminds me of a couple of months ago when people were saying, hey, Baba looks like it's going to break out of a channel, and then it had a gap down when people thought it was going to break through a multi-month channel. Looks like it finally did it. Just had to fake everyone out before it did that, huh? Still nothing from Tesla. Definitely missed out on a lot of downside move today. God damn it. Probably be more aggressive if I wasn't streaming and talking. Ugh. Excuses. But a reasonable one. Yeah, my ideal scenario was it buying up and try to retest this point, but it hasn't. Damn it. One of these days, you're gonna do what I tell you. Microsoft's a little bit interesting. It's a hell of a sweep lower. So you do have a swing high here. That had a good day, and then it gapped down. That's a pretty significant drop down. Pretty good level to retest. So I'll tell you what, if it does happen to come back down here for a retest, I will buy it. At this point, it kind of ran off without me. Tesla, no buyers. Damn! Another one of those days where the direction gets decided immediately. But the safer thing is to wait. Alright, we're gonna have to see how this thing holds. It's already pulling back pretty harshly. Damn, that's a real gnarly gap down. Okay, I'm gonna promote meta. Okay, here we go. This is a good clearing area. Alright, pull back a little bit. Damn it. Okay, so you have a low here. Would have liked to see a little bit more of a pullback and a tail here. So the other way we could play this is we could wait for it to retest up here and look for a real reversal bar and then go short. I suppose it could also fail here as well. But let's see how this thing shakes out. After the first 15-minute candle's created. We still have a lot of range left for the stock price to go if we're looking for that 70% mark, which it usually hits. And if I was going to go to the downside, then it's going to be around this 170 area, which aligns with where I pointed out that's possible support level. So let's see what happens. Meta did not go quite low enough. Alright. Let's see if it holds here, then we can try for a quick long. Why would I want to do that here? Just because of this reversal here. Pretty strong. So let's see if it actually holds. If not, then it's going to go lower. Might even make one more low before it jumps. Market's still doing a pullback. There was news this morning. I think it was, what was it? Unemployment claims? Yeah. Nope, didn't hold. Alright, I'm gonna do a little quick short here. Smaller size, because I don't want to get obliterated. Alright. Doing a quickie short. It hasn't broken the low, but it wasn't able to hold the top of that bar, so let's see what happens here. Take off a little bit here. Let's see if it makes that lower low. And then the stop is if it gets above this candle here. Okay, what's it gonna be, buddy? Okay, that support guy got wiped out. Where's the next support guy? I don't see shit. Alright, well... There's your lower low. Let's see how this thing closes. Leaving a tail, but let's see what this thing does. It's getting too close to my average, so I had to flatten right there so I can take some profit. Alright, so you made a slightly lower low. You're being a little bitch prick. So now we can do long. Maybe that was a little too early. So it held the low here. We're gonna expect it to move higher. Let's see. See if we can get above it. There we go. Alright, bud. So it did the thing it needed to do. It's not really a clearing bar though, but it did retest. And succeed as a support area. There is some sellers up here. 172.20, if you can break that, it should be good. And then 72.40. Ooh, 72.40, come on, man. Nah, looks like you're gonna get fucked. Oh, you did it. Alright, good job. Anything else? I don't see anything else. You should be flying. Fly away! 172.54, not much. Well, now we're gonna target this area and see what happens here. We got 172.57 has a shit ton of people. Where's that? 172.57. So this one has a shit ton of orders just sitting there. Oh my god, let's see what happens if it breaks this right here. There's a shit ton of people just sitting there. Let's see what happens. I'm already profitable here, so I have I can flatten out pretty easily. But there is a shit ton of dudes right there. They can always spoof their order, like just put a whole shit ton of orders there and then take them away. That happens all the time. $172.18 is my average. We're at 172.44. Oh man, if you break this, let's see what happens, man. Yeah. You can't see the price ladder because I have a damn chat window in front of it. Suppose I can take it off if no one's talking anyway. Chat box. Bye-bye. Alright, so we did break through it. No follow-through. I would have expected something more substantial off of that. We're at the first 15 minutes of the day, so we need to start looking at getting a little bit heavier size. Technically, the day has already proven the lower low, just not the way that I wanted it. Because now What if it spends the rest of the day just reaching up here? Because that could be a goal too. I mean, it can go up here and just finish its day right where the resistance level was. So basically going to where I wanted it, but not when I wanted it. So it looks like meta fell off the map. Well, there we go. Finally got some type of movement on Tesla. Take a little bit off here. This is going to be a significant point. I am going to create alert here just in case. Okay, I have an alert here. I'm going to flatten my position if it gets below that. Let's go to meta. So meta is at the open state. Big hesitation bar. Positive inclined 20 period moving average, but that damn gap down really fucked it up. Alright. So I'm gonna try to do a long on meta, but I'm gonna have a stop below this handle on the open here. Got 30 seconds left on this candle. Let's see what happens. Still got plenty of range if it wants to go higher. That is a hell of a drop, man. What a fuck up. Five seconds.
Shut your trap, you amateur. Meowing won't get you anywhere in this jungle. Get on my level.
Hey,
Smirks.
Carpet. It's been a while. Hopefully you're okay. Alright. So we went in on meta. Could take experience a possible loss on it, but let's see what happens. Ah, shit. Almost fucked me up right there. Immediately.
Alive? So what? Even a squirrel can claim that. Show me something impressive besides just being alive.
Fuck.
Smirks.
Tesla's still going good. We got 50 shares left. Meta's gonna fuck up our day. What the meta doing? Yeah, it's threatening to take out our stop. Shit. Now this thing should have closed above this candle. This one I think is okay, but what happened afterwards kind of shit, so let's see what happens here. We're gonna let this thing take us out. I don't want to get scared out of the play here. Okay is one way to put it, you're alive. Well, as long as you're alive, you can do something. You broke your toe by stubbing it on a lightweight chair. Man, toe pain is fucking awful.
Smirks.
Alright, I need the chat box back so I can read it. There. Hi. King Philip. Hi, King Philip. And hi, Carpet. Wait, you actually broke the toe. It's not even just toe pain, it's toe fuck up. So you had to go to the hospital? Interesting about this is that this could be a place to add to the position to go higher. I mean, there could be a day where this is just trying to reclaim this resistance point and then it can dump off tomorrow. So that's the way it played. So sometimes it just fucking I mean, my bias was lower and we got that already, and now, you know, what I really wanted, like I said in the beginning, was I wanted it to come up here first and then dump, and then we would have gotten that nice move, but instead it dumped in the beginning, did a sweep, and now we gotta go up.
You're getting some medical attention. Time to kick back, rest the toe, and heal up. Chuckles.
You didn't know it was broken at first, and you went to the register. Oh my god. Black blueberry. I went to urgent care, did an x-ray, confirmed it was broken. Shit. Fuck. So I guess you have to take some time off of work, which are not... I guess you have vacation days, right? But still, that's, you don't want to be using your vacation days for that shit. You want to be doing something enjoyable, or at least saving them from when you're actually sick instead of a mistake. Sucks. Meta's still worrying me. Let's go to the 5-minute and see what's going on here. So now it needs to hold... I want it to stay above this 5-minute candle here. It's still within the...
Rest up, and rock that boot like it's a fashion statement. Show off that injured swag. Smirks. Damn, toes taking a beating all around.
Oh, what the
Sounds
fuck?
like a toe stubbing epidemic. Watch your step out there. Malaysia ain't playing. Chuckles.
You still have a black toe from Malaysia. That's a few weeks ago, buddy. I think you should go to the hospital. Well, I'm glad you have 2 days off, A-Carpet. Ah, shit. This thing fucking... Damn it. That was kind of a risk, but I wanted it to hold the open here, but it looks like it's gonna take me out. Take me out to the ball game.
I guess.
Make me
Time
suck
for
on
a
your
new
balls.
trend. Dried blood cheek.
It's just
Smirks.
dried up blood. Fucking meta. Now I kind of wish I still want that heat map service book map. I'd just be kind of curious to see how things are looking. It's not 100%. I mean, it's useful in some ways, but doesn't answer everything. But I'm just kind of curious on where the sport is, if there's actually anything down here at this point. I don't, because this one doesn't. The level 2 doesn't have every single order, at least on this program. This is not what I wanted to see. I'm gonna have to flatten this and take that $100 loss. Ugh. Painful. Getting my testicles on a cheese grater. It's funny, I started to do restream so I can reach YouTube because it seemed like there was more people on YouTube, and now the thing has reversed where I have more people on Twitch than I do on YouTube. I have no one on YouTube right now. My 15 minutes of fame are up on YouTube. Well, still holding, but Jesus Christ, man, I didn't want this thing to get pulled back that hard. I had high hopes for it. So what's Tesla doing? Tesla's still running up there. Yep. I mean, the ideal scenario was this, but instead we're getting this. I was a little bit too hesitant to put a heavy size on a bounce play because you're going against the trend. And Meta still wants to take out my half of my gains. That was a hell of a drop on Meta, though. Did he even have any news on there? I mean, news would come out after the fact, so that's why I'm curious. I mean, news doesn't really matter. I said that multiple times, and I'm still always curious if there is something. Oh. So we're not lower than yesterday's low, but we did have a gap down away from it. Resistance is going to be up here around the 480 point. There you go. Now take out that last candle and give me some peace of mind. Still within the first 15-minute bar, but we're above the body, which is good. Got 5 minutes before the second 15-minute candle's closed. Still a possible retest here on the yellow line. For Tesla, it doesn't need to, but if it does, and it looks like it's going to hold, then we can go even heavier size. But now the movement's kind of underway already. Let's see here. Baidu and Google. Google with an L. So I wonder what the difference is on price action. Same thing. Google's having a nice day. Picture perfect, actually. So you have the initial bar, you break through it, you retest. That's perfect, man. Too bad we weren't looking at it.
Don't hold back when the opportunity knocks. Make that money move.
VIRC, I still have, so I said 13 bucks. So you had a couple of opportunities to take profits there. That's what I suggested earlier.
Sights high and aim for the stars.
But it's still holding above this support point, so maybe you'll get to shoot through it. We'll see.
Smirks.
But you already hit 2 profit targets, because I think you got in way down here. So you had one at 12, you already passed that. Then you had another one at 13, you could have done it here. Still looking pretty good right now, but you know, if it somehow has a dramatic drop-off, you had a chance. But it's looking like it does want 14, so I think still going good.
Nicely done. Time to ride that profit wave straight to the bank. Keep that momentum going. Smirks. INWNC for the next move. Keep that target locked and loaded, ready to strike when the time is right. Smirks.
So we did get a pullback on Tesla. Let's see how that looks. WNC next target. Okay, so it remains to be seen. This is a pretty bad pullback, though. It was not gradual. But I still think the ultimate play for a downside move is up here. Yeah, I'm gonna take profit here, and I'm gonna see if this thing holds, and if it holds, then I'm gonna put in more size. We're getting to about that 7 o'clock mark where things usually have their minds made in terms of the direction that they want to do it. This one's kind of tricky, though, because we have mostly gone to the downside, but we've had a abrupt turnabout. So this is kind of one of those sandwich days, but I think it wants to go higher. It's just going to be a little bit tricky, a little bit risky. Let me log into my broker on the side here. I want to make sure where I'm at. Okay, we actually should about halfway to our goal here. We still have a position in meta, which we're still down in. Now we're in a chop block. So it's actually tested our stop area multiple times, so I'm hopeful that what we're getting is a break through this chop area to the upside. And I actually have a alert here already, so this one was pretty predictable. But the stop shall remain. And if meta actually does do a run above the first 15-minute candle, then we could hit our goal just off of meta. Our mini goal, not the, ah, fuck, goddamn, fuck, shit, bitch, fuck. Missed the, Tesla move. It didn't do quite enough of a sweep here, though. Like, my alert was just below, and it didn't quite get there. So now, I need to have an alert here, and then we can try that one. But it might have just run off without us. God damn it, you see that shit, fuckheads? There's our train leaving the station. Hopefully, Meta has not gone without us. Or run us over. So we'll see, it could hit the target up here, and then it could sell off, so that could be something I could do in the afternoon, likely. So we had a retest of this level, now we just did a breakthrough, so I want this thing to pull back a little bit here and hold, and I can also try to do a long here as well. A little bit of a slower day, because I have not put a whole lot of risk on the table. But after... It sucks because I lost on Monday, then won on Tuesday, and then basically gave back most of the gains yesterday on the loss, so I kind of just want to home a little base hit. But we still got around $100 left for that to be true. So we're gonna have to make a move somewhere. These little shares that we're swiping around ain't gonna do nothing for us.
Ain't no slump gonna hold me down. I'm the damn comeback kid.
Yeah, we need
Watch
a slump
me rise
buster.
like a phoenix from the ashes. Smirks.
Meta's still in the box. Still unknown. It's closer to a breakout than it is a pullback, but anything can happen pretty fast. I don't see anything on the level 2 that has like a massive sell position or anything like that. It looks like we're above the point of control in terms of the shares traded. Fucking Tesla, man. Didn't quite sweep our alert. Still hopeful for a pullback here, and then a big long. And then Google was picture perfect today. Wasn't looking at it. Not really on my thing. Look at that. First 5-minute candle. Broke up and above it. Great retest.
Nice devilish amount right there.
Oh my
Keep
god,
stacking those
mRNA.
gains like a pro. May the profits keep flowing your way.
You're up 666. Damn. Did you do another oil play, or what did you find? GameStop looks like it wants to bounce up, but I don't want to play no fucking meme stock. It's one of those things where you can be up $1,000 and then down 1,000 pretty fast.
Let's make those
IBM, talk about boring shit. Watching paint dry garbage. But this one has a really good, everything looks pretty good here too. So it's above the 20-period moving average, had a pullback, broke above. It's already hit target, so I wouldn't play it any further, but that's a really good move on it. Oh no. So Cisco is a little interesting because it had earnings yesterday, and the earnings were really positive, and it went up $2, and now it's just tanked completely. But it looks like it's already doing a run back up, but it's probably reshortable. 175%. That's a hell of a drop. What a fake out. How'd he go up $2 from earnings and then roll over that way? Looks like Meta's gonna take us out. It's not holding the upper half of that box. This is a really painful painful stock today. Now we're gonna get taken out. Son of a bitch. Damn, I thought we had it. So now we're even further away from our goal. Damn. That's pretty nuts. Goodbye, profit.
Leave it to the experts, not me. You need a real doctor, not a trading badass. Chuckles.
Do you trust me doing surgery? Well, we got taken out. God damn it. That's insane. I thought we had it there. But the first 15-minute candle is kind of an indecision point, but the next 15 minutes we actually were above the body, but now we just had a complete rollover. So given that's the case, I don't know, it's been chopping back and forth. It's a little bit dangerous to want to go short here at this point. It still just might have made a lower low to grab and it's going to go higher. But we just took a loss on that one, unfortunately. Oh, still up for the day, but now we're pretty far from our goal.
Damn, those numbers climbing fast. Keep hustling, keep grinding. Let's turn that $900 into something legendary. Grins. Hell
yeah, just had a little bit of a gap there.
Time to dominate the market, one trade at a time. Victory is ours for the taking. Grins.
At 100%. What's the daily chart look like on it? Not really anywhere important. There is some resistance up here at 169.91. Not super important. 172.55 is probably where you need to be most worried. Now this thing is just gapping up with each candle, eating up into it. So yeah, that's a really good play there, man.
Going all in, huh? Balls of steel, my friend. Let's show 'em how it's done. No holding back. Chuckles.
So I did do another entry on Meta Let's see if this is the one. And it looks like Tesla just swiped our alert point too, so now I'm stuck between two different plays that I want to do. But the IBM thing is really nice, King Philip. Shit. So they already sought me out once on meta, just barely dinging below the 15-minute candle that gave us a tail before, and now it's bouncing, so that's why it re-entered, but it could also just chop here forever today, too. It's still stuck within this initial range. It's got a lot to make up now. Okay, taking one lot off. Let's see if it breaks the shithead box. Broke the shithead box. Now we're waiting for it to breach the 15-minute high. You went full size too? Good job, man. That's fucking sexy. I just love a man who knows how to position size. Size matters.
Size matters, especially in trades. Go big or go home. Ain't no room for small places. Smirks.
What fucking
Laugh
Jupiter
it up,
said.
but the market ain't gonna wait for you. Time to make moves, not jokes.
So there we
Shuffle.
go, kids. I got fucked on that initial trade, but now we're in fucking good shape now. Although that tail is a little bit worrisome. Let's see what happens. I want to see it break that first 15-minute candle, but we're in a pretty damn good position here. I'm gonna keep the 50 shares. But now we're real close to gold now. Up until that happened. Shit. We're still positive, but let me see. Where should I put my alert here? 150, 93. That's not great. Not the best entry. Man, this is just nuts. Alright, I'm gonna have an alert here. I'm hoping our 50 shares can survive a real stupid drop like that and still be profitable. I can't calculate right now. It's gonna break through or what? Let's try this real quick. Alright, let's see if you can break the open here. Can you break open on the second attempt? Okay. Where are we at now? Still need a couple of trades or for meta to behave. Goo Girls. A little bit of a pullback on IBM. We actually have a takeout bar here. Should I bet against King Philip? Still in a positive position, so I ain't gonna... I mean, you could probably make a few bucks off of a short here, but I'm not gonna play into it. I don't want to add into anything else, but...
Time to act smart and use that knowledge. Control the game, play it smooth.
Oh
Don't
god,
let the
Microsoft's
market
just in a
run
shit
you.
zone.
Smirks.
It's overbought on the 10-minute. Well, Cisco did its bounce. Is this shortable here, or is this a little bit too far now? Well, it's at a shortable point, but it made 175% of its range, man. That's a hell of a drop-off. This thing barely moves. It doesn't even move a dollar, so I'm not... I'm not gonna waste my time on that. Doesn't even move a dollar a day. Except for today, where it took its shit on itself.
Watch out for that trend. Don't let it blindside you. Stay sharp, stay focused, don't fall for the market's tricks. Smirks.
It wants higher
Let
though,
that
it just
market
might trend
rage.
higher all day, it's
Entertain it
possible.
with our killer moves. Ain't nothing we can't handle. Smirks.
So, it's above its normal move. So, it's gone 11% over what it traditionally does during the day. It's still stuck inside of this daily candle. I don't know about that. I don't know if it can. If this was wide open space, I could see that happening, but it's still stuck with a bunch of shit on top of it. There is a gap to fill, but I wouldn't look at that until it breaks the high of what happened on 425. And it's also still on a decline state on a daily time frame. Anything is possible, but that's just the thoughts of a cartoon dragon on the internet. Meanwhile, this fucktard is still doing nothing. Where are we at now? Ugh. Yeah, this is gonna be a small win day, if anything, so we're still not at the target that I'm comfortable stopping at yet, but we're profitable. Because meta's being a bitch. I guess I should have just taken all of my shares out here, then we'd be done. So now I have to wait for it to break that candle high again. So in terms of IBM, we've got a swing high up here. Oops. We've got a swing high up here. This is a support area. Had two closes below. This is a sport area as well. And now it just has this massive space here. So I could try to do a reattempt to get up here, and then I'm possibly looking for a short if it does. If it can do two closes below once it gets up to that point, I might try shorting it. No? Snap properly. Still riding the trend higher. I'm just concerned about a higher time frame, and then also that pullback is pretty significant. So if it tries to do one more run up and just can't do it, then that might be a good short opportunity. But anything can happen. You just kind of place your bets and get the hell out if you're wrong. Nobody knows shit about where things are. You just kind of key into patterns and try to see things kind of magnetize to certain price levels. Oh, fucking why did I even touch meta? So now it's starting to pull back to the top of this zone that it held above, so there should be a secondary move higher. It doesn't look like it's doing much of anything. Man, nobody's on YouTube. Always makes me think that I'm somehow censored or something. It's just odd. Alright. I'm gonna take a risk here. See if it does one little sweep. What's a 5-minute look like? 5-minute looks pretty good. Alright, let's see what happens here. New drop-off point is this, where we're invalidated. I'm looking for it to hold the damn chop box. Market's kind of struggling here. I wonder what Nvidia is doing right now. We haven't looked at her today. Okay, same type of bullshit. It's almost like Nvidia runs the market instead of Apple nowadays. I guess Apple kind of looks like this bullshit too. Still pulling back a little bit, but we're above that congestion block. What's it gonna be here, buddy? Wow. Shit. So it just took out all my profits on that. Damn. Let's give it a second to see if that was just a sweep or if it's actually gonna close below there. Well, meta just set me back again. See if this is a sweep. We gotta watch this thing close. Damn. Son of a bitch, that was not on my bingo card. Now we gotta wait for this thing to see if it gets above here again. Damn it. Now we're still stuck in the fucking stock market. Ugh. Tesla's still struggling to break the open. This is its third attempt. I wanted to see this thing get as high as the purple line. Man, today's a tough one. I don't know if how long you've been following, if anybody's new here, but or newish, but Thursdays are one of my worst days historically. Man, just one drop-off just fucked up everything on this stock. Right back into the bullshit zone. And Google's still going higher. Should have shorted Cisco. I had an alert there. Didn't play on it. GameStop. It's above the open, but I wouldn't buy into it right now. IBM gonna try to do another run up. If it can. It's a pretty wide space. It's a little bit, So it did test this gap here. So we can redo our lines. Let me clear everything off here. Candle took us to new high. Support candle. Candle took us to new high. Retest of a gap. Yeah, no one's gonna believe you anymore. Meta. You fucked yourself hard. That's a tough read, because now we're digging in. It shouldn't have pulled back that hard. It didn't go lower than the tail bars, though, so you could still have a bias long, but that wipeout was sure shitty. And we're stuck in that damn penalty box. You really should have held up here and ran. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, so Tesla actually did break the open, so we're looking to get short up here. Let's see what happens.
Priorities, man. Secure that trade first, then tend to your urgent business. Can't lose that house over a bathroom break. Chuckles.
Been there before. Kind of makes you wish you had a bucket underneath your desk so you just crap on it. So this thing is again trying to get above the penalty box. So at this point, it would need to break and then need to retest and have a really good retest of this and just hold it. Because this guy just fucked me. Oh man, everything's just spaghetti shit today. Alright, let's see where this thing goes. Didn't hold. Looks like it wants to die off the rest of the day, so I'm gonna have to flatten here and never look at meta again. Especially when you lose a clearing bar like that. Alright, this thing's being a bitch. God damn it. Oh, getting further and further away from the goal here. I'm not really sure what we can do. Except to come back in the afternoon and short this shit out of a lot of different things. What's Roku look like on the... Yeah, this one's tricky. Hasn't made a new low, but it damn could not hold a level, so now it's on this next level that it needs to hold. But just having fucking problems. Man, it just did it to me again. Alright, let's see if you actually take out this tail then. Maybe that's another long opportunity. What's Google look like? Possible short. Hasn't really moved much, even though this looks like an impressive move. It actually hasn't been extended. Nothing's really moved today. They're still all on the half of its expected move, except for IBM. IBM's above it. IBM's the biggest player we've seen. GameStop's gone nowhere. Okay, Baba's been a big one. I don't know, man. I don't have any ideas. Unless I'm taking risks. Like, I want this thing up here. This is when things slow down and get boring. So NVIDIA, 15-minute good. Then we had an indecision bar, wipeout. We're starting to pull back up.
The beans. Lay it on me. Grins. Persistence is key, my friend. Roll with the punches, get back in the game, and try until you conquer. Smirks. Laugh it up, but the market ain't gonna wait for you. Time to make moves, not jokes.
Okay, that's a pretty strong move. Let's see what happens at this 169 area. I couldn't day trade this one. It doesn't have a fluid move to it. It kind of jolts around. Like, there was a couple of candles earlier that were like gaps. Like, even this one has like a little gap to it. Just kind of teleport fucks you if you're on the wrong side of it.
Smart move, King. Let those early chaos settle down before you dive in like a pro. Keep that strategy tight. Smirks.
I mean, the
noise, King.
For that one specifically, that gap was at 7 o'clock, so we're well past that. It's just the way that it
chatter. Smirks.
Creates... See, like, look at this one. There's, like, gaps in between candles where this price just skips when the candles are created. That's tough to, tough to sequence sometimes. Yeah, it should have given me a little bit. Okay. That was decent. Alright, let's see what we got here. So let's see if it double fails here. Need to see it come up here and then drop off again. And with regards to the first 10 to 15 minutes, half the time you're right and half the time you're wrong. But it does save you from blowing up your account early on because those moves are crazy. But like yesterday for Tesla, that initial move, that entire move for the day was really taking place within the first 15-minute candle, and then it never went anywhere. I'm jotting that down on my notes, so it's around half the time where moves take place after 7 o'clock, and then half the times it's beforehand. But usually you can get some type of like a retest where you can then enter, but not all the time. This one you could have gotten a retest. I did play this one. Shit, I missed the short opportunity there. I was expecting a little bit more of a upward shot. Meta's still fucking around, can't do nothing. Oh, there's IBM. Let's see where IBM... So IBM now had a gap up. So this thing is gonna still keep going then. This thing just gapped. See, this is what I'm saying. This thing is just... I wouldn't want to play it. It could also be a higher high before a rollover as well. So you need to see if it keeps this here or not. Man, I really gotta go pee.
Anticipating that retest, huh? Smart move, king. Let's see that market dance to our tune. Grins.
Looking good so far, to the upside. They couldn't break it below. Okay, I'm gonna try a risk on Meta again.
Options
God damn,
pointing the way.
as soon as I get in, this fucking thing
Trust
pulls
those
back.
signs. Ride the wave. Let's hit that 170 like a boss. Smirks.
But there was no continuation to the downside from that major candle, so that's why I wanted to get in on it long. Let's see where this thing goes. Still needs to hold this level here. It needs to blow up above the tail bar here. Son of a bitch. So you have multiple tail bars on the downside, so you have support. There are multiple tail bars, bullish tail bars, and you have one red candle trying to reverse. It couldn't close below, and now you've eaten up. You've penetrated pretty deep on that candle. But damn, this thing is not moving. It's not fucking gaining levels or anything, so I guess we're done with it. See where this thing goes. Still looking for this thing to break out of the penalty box and just run higher. If it can actually do that, then it's going to have a nice up day. Because it certainly hasn't gone anywhere today, so there's still plenty of gas in the tank. Come on, bitch. This is why I can't stream this shit for very long, because if things start taking a long time and basically just breathing heavy in the background and swearing insane shit that is against TOS. Hopefully I didn't say anything there, but I was breathing heavy for sure. Damn, I almost took half of my shares off, but I didn't, and then they had this major pullback. Oh, this is just so fucking painful. A while since I've seen just this lethargic bullshit like this. You think it wants 170? I've got problems to deal with, so I can't look at it right now. Come on, you motherfucker. You piss me off so bad. Jerk off. Well, I'm getting better at playing in chop. You don't usually want to do that, but I know what to look for a lot better than I did before. So now we're on the way of hitting our goal. Most of our money's in Tesla. And now we need Meta to pay us out. It keeps getting sucked back into this damn shit vortex. I mean, this has gone nowhere today. It needs to break the high somewhere, sometime. Alright, I'm gonna put my alert here, just in case it rolls over. It's still having a hell of a time, man. It should not have, sold off that harshly there. Son of a bitch. Pull back again. So that's a retest. It's gone very badly for this.
Like a pro, king. Embrace the madness, ride that wave, and show him who's boss. Let's rock it. Grins.
You're gonna enter the shit vortex? I don't know, man. Once you go in... just a black hole for your money. This is some interstellar shit right here. Who knows where it's gonna go? Nobody. My bias is probably up because it couldn't break the lows, but this thing cannot hold a level worth of shit, so just one long, sudden sell-off can change the trend instantly because it hasn't had much of a strong push above, even though it did some blips above it, and it gave me some hope, but then it just had nothing left in the gas tank to push any higher. And it's had a pretty massive gap down, so it's got that working against it as well. But it had a good day yesterday, and it's in a positive trend now. So you got multiple variables to justify either side of it. But just looking at the price action, it hasn't been able to close below the lowest level here today. So I have to side with the long position, but it's gonna stop you out multiple times before it pays you out, if it does or not. And you had to take a stop because I couldn't just hold this fucking thing after it kills off this giant bar here, right? So we're just looking for a massive breakout. I mean, I lost $100 just on this bar here. It's like, oh, it's riding, it's retesting. No. But it couldn't continue, so now we're going higher again. Possibly. We've got a nice bar onto the left side of it that we can use as a stop. So now I'm hoping that this takes us to our goal for the day. This should rip once it... Except I don't see any, like, sellers on the price ladder. I'm not seeing, like, a huge overhead resistance. I'm just seeing nothing. So there's nothing really... There's no buyers or sellers really propelling this thing anywhere. But I have limited data. I'm sure there's better... If I had actual order flow, I could see some... Alright, what's IBM doing? IBM's looking good. So it did pull back off of the level, but now just broke up and above it. So if this holds, then it could still go higher. But we do have a failed high again here. But watch out if you see a large bar take out here. This thing doesn't move very much. You must have had 1,000 shares in this, King Philip. His average true range is $150. Fucking retesting this shit again before it goes into the shit vortex. Oh, how many times you gotta break my heart? There we go, dickhead. Alright, now you gotta break the first 15-minute high again. This is gonna be a slow burn up to the upside all day. Still have $100 from my goal still, so I'm still stuck in the game today. Man, you want a strong bladder? Become a trader, because you're holding your piss forever. IBM just dropped off. It's still holding, okay. It did tag my alert. Yeah, this is too hard to play. I could not play this thing. Look at the movement on this. So it has an opening below the level. So let's see if it closes below. Alright, for shits and giggles, I'm actually gonna short this with a low share size. Just to see if I'm right or not. It may try to gravitate up a little bit as well. But the trend's clearly going against it. We did have a breakaway from the level, so we just have to see what happens here. Meanwhile, in the thing that I'm supposed to be looking at, I'm fucking losing. And again, couldn't hold. Son of a bitch. Alright, now it's gonna have to take out that bar, but this thing is just still stuck in the shit vortex. Meanwhile, IBM... Okay, we're having a little bit of a reversal here. Let's see what happens. If I lose, I'll probably lose like 10 bucks or something, which is fine. I'm just kind of curious. Alright, I don't have a real position or anything, so I'm gonna go piss for a second. I will be right back. Where's my damn... There. Be right back. Alright, we did a peepee. I heard my alert go off for an order taking, so let's see what happens. Oh! Look at that! So, King Philip ran me over. Let's see if this holds or not. So I'm down 13 in IBM. So this thing broke below, had two closes below, and then it did an abrupt turn. So even though things qualify as losing a level, you still don't know what's gonna happen. So you still have to make your bets accordingly. So I'm down 13 on IBM. Now, I could still fail, too. They still like to take stops before rolling it over. So let's see if it, does this again. Oh, man. Today has been really difficult. Look at this shitstorm that Meta put together. Tesla's about to get to our short area. So we could have been in the money if we did a large size here and just rode it. What the fuck? Yeah, this one's a tough one to play. It looks like there's a large spread. I guess the spread's not too large.
Attention all readers, who's this party pooper? Banning all the good stuff? Cheese, coffee, alcohol? What a buzzkill. I roll.
Are you, so... cheese and cake
Laugh it
and...
up, but the market ain't gonna wait for you. Time to make moves, not jokes. Chuckles.
So are you lactose intolerant for the cheese and cake stuff?
Dictatorship without cheese and alcohol? Might want to rethink that plan, it won't last long. Snickers.
I don't know when this guy developed,
seems like someone's got a fiery ambition.
you just want to see the world
Just to
burn?
make sure you don't get burned in the process. Heat up that world, I guess.
Well,
Grins.
Moonwatcher does not like cheese, so she'd have your, she'd vote for you for sure. I don't know how she feels about cake, but she's not into. Or, sorry, I guess I assumed. I have no idea. Very interesting. So you had one bar blow through where you lost support, and then he sold it off. So it did run up to the high again. Instead, I had my level here, and I guess I should have just waited to see if it touched the high again. They can still do it again, though. It hasn't broken below. It's just stuck in between those two different levels. Man, Meta's still stuck in this fucking joke-ass pattern. IBM is not broken, so maybe it does want to go higher here. And now it's going to have a bounce off the moving average. Yeah, it looks good on the 5-minute, too. Okay. This should submit its upside move if it holds this here. Surprised it pulled back so far after that move. That looks like one of those classic take your stop rollovers, but it'd always be a retest too. You can look at it in multiple ways. But we already have a stop set, so once that gets hit, I'll be out of it. Tesla has hit my short area. IBM right now is taking up some of my margin, and this was just a fun thing, so I think I'll just take a loss on it so I can move to what I really wanted. Alright, so Tesla hit our level that we've been stalking. Let's zoom out here. Interesting. So it's really pushing hard. I mean, this thing could not break this area yesterday, and now it's just running. Gonna need to see something substantial on the 15-minute, I think. Although the market's pulling back as well, so if I see that start to reflect on Tesla, that might be a way of getting the last bit of cash that we need to get the fuck out of the market for the day. This is a really long shit day. Typical Thursday. Okay, 70% mark reached on Tesla to the upside. Who knows where this thing's gonna stop, but it is where I wanted it to fail. You gotta be careful though, because if I lose this one, I'm not gonna have any gains today whatsoever after all that work that we did. Seeing a pullback on the NASDAQ. But as we've seen yesterday, whatever happens to the broader market doesn't necessarily affect what the hell you're looking at. Into an area of low volume too. We're starting to get to that lunchtime period that gets kind of boring. But it's been boring all day, especially in Meta. Meta's just been a little bitch. Now it's rolling over. Oh, it's not working out on Tesla. This could always be the retest. But it technically did do a retest. Now I want this thing to just roll, and we got a really heavy size on it now. Market's pulling back pretty significantly. Eh. Okay. Fill my coffers with gold, fuckface. Yeah, that's a pretty significant trend change. Fucking IBM. So it's tapped this area 3 times. One of which took me out. That's a tough one. The way that the price action moves is just really erratic. But this stuff is more fluid. This is one of the reasons why I choose Tesla to play every day. So this worked out. We had the resistance level that we tapped. We just waited for the failure to occur. The failure has occurred. We're getting quite a bit of a trend change here. Hopefully we can ride it for a while. We're not yet at the daily goal. Meta really just wiped that possibility out. Just couldn't break out of that damn chop block. So we're going to see a retest here. So we're slightly in the negative here. But we already took out a bunch of shares earlier, so let's see how far this thing runs up. This is where the price action failed yesterday after that giant drop-off, so I'm hoping that there's some continuation to that. Looks like we're going to get a new high here. See if that's all she wrote. So that's a retest. You can see how it lines up to what happened yesterday on the left side, 15-minute chart. Okay, let's see where this goes. Okay, next. Okay, we have a pretty good position now. Let's see how long we can do a rollover and get that rollover all the way to my goal for the day. Tricky day, man. This has been a little bit of a bitch to play. I'm gonna take some more profit on the next level down. It's a nice takeout bar there. That's a pretty significant trend change. Yeah, as soon as I hit my goal, I am done. Today has been such a whirlwind of crap that kind of just one of those days that makes you want to pull your hair out. Alright, so we have a pretty commanding position now. We're almost to the goal, and then I'm freaking done. We're $7 away from goal number 1, bare minimum. Getting a little bit of a bounce here. That was expected, that's why I had my order there. Because of the last level here. So what could happen is it could retest here, then we can see if it fails or not. If it doesn't fail, then I'll have to stop myself out because it'll just keep going higher. But we'll have a pretty good amount of gains so we should be able to nail in like the last 20 bucks somewhere if it does go that way. Otherwise, if this thing continues to collapse, we're gonna hit their goal. Alright. This is it, 350 already. If this gets taken out, we're done for the day. There we go. Alrighty. Wow, what a freaking day that was. So, let's do a recap. Tesla had... My plan was for Tesla to kind of do a sweep up here and then roll over. That would have been a more clear-cut play to me. Instead, it did a drop down. We waited for a bounce play. We got that, and then we added. We got around 200 bucks from there, and then I couldn't get in on the additional play upwards. So then the plan was to have an alert here, which is the top of the level from yesterday. It broke up and above, made a little bit higher high, and we looked for a failure. We got the failure here, and then I just put a whole bunch of shares, covered. Left 200 left, kept 200 in there, it came back up, failed, doubled my position to the downside, and then we just covered it all the way to the final profits. But we did lose in Meta. Meta was the thing that made me want to pull my hair out. Or scales, or whatever, fucking... whatever you want to say. It was stuck in the chop block for a long period of time, and there was hope when it broke above it multiple times. Especially this one here, because I had a decent size here, and then it dropped, and I lost 100 bucks when it couldn't hold it after this giant candle, and now this thing just lost it. It finally had a real break, so this thing's gonna go lower. We'll see if it breaks below the low today. And then I played around with Philips IBM. So I saw a failure here, and I went short. Oh, sorry, no, I saw a failure here, and then when it went up and it couldn't recover, I went short. It didn't hit my target before it reversed and took me out. Did it again, and then it reversed and took me out. And then now it's having troubles getting to that that level there. So it's definitely bumped its head on that high multiple times. So that play was for funsies. We could have had 40 more bucks if I didn't fuck around with IBM. I think it's gonna go lower now. It's almost tempting to play again, but I have my goal. We've been sitting here for... 2 hours now? So it's been a pain in the ass day. But look at that, that thing is dying now. Shit, makes me want to just do it again. But look at the way that it generates its bars, man. Little gaps in between everything. It's just as shitty as, like, Roku. Well, I hope you got out of that, King Philip, because now we definitely lost the, high. I knew the general area was gonna fail, but I was too early. Well, let's see if it does a stupid run-up. Maybe I'll play it one more time. Give everyone a few minutes to answer. Yeah, Tesla's still dropping to the low. I wish I had... Today's been so painful, though, man. I just didn't want to trade anymore. Oh, just a little base hit win. So I'll answer any questions if anybody has any. Pain in the ass day. Just lucky to survive Thursday, I guess. IBM has hit the level. Okay, let's see what this thing is doing now. So IBM, kind of pathetic run up here. I don't know, it really plays a lot like Roku, where you think you're at the right spot for something to happen, and then it, the sequence is not clear. It's done multiple taps at that high point. Now what? New candle was created and I have no idea where it spawned. 169.41. So it's just right there. $4,404? Oh, this is a significant clearing bar, but it couldn't continue.
Handling all those moving averages like a boss. Keep an eye on them and ride the waves like it's nobody's business. Smirks.
Yeah, so we got the 5 minute that it just bounced off of. It's already been to the 15, and once it touches the 15 and keeps going, then that's a pretty good indicator on where it wants to push off from the direction it wants to go. But in terms of price levels, which trump everything, it failed it, but it's still holding this bottom one, and it couldn't continue on this one. Alright, I'm gonna go in with a small size. If I lose it, I'm just gonna close the platform, probably lose 10 bucks. I'll probably get it somewhere else. But this is a tough one to play. It just... the way that it moves between price points is just awkward as hell.
Trading in that range, huh? Gotta wait for the breakout, then strike like a beast. Watch closely, play it smart. Grins.
It's had a couple of breaks below. The main thing is that it couldn't hold this top area here. Let's see if it hits my first order or not. I mean, this thing is just... I would never play this fucking stock. This stock is stupid. Doesn't have a very satisfying range, it's expensive, the way that it moves is shit. But you made $1,000 on it today, so... the best stocks are the ones that pay you. And I bet if I market smash it, it's just gonna fill me in at a really shitty price, so I have to let the limit order take it. But it's just not fluid, man. This thing just sits there. You can see why I play Tesla, because that thing just moves. Look at that, it was at my limit and then it just popped up. That's just really frustrating. And now I'm down cash. It's just really fucking weird. I don't see a reason for it to bounce in that specific area, especially when it broke the tail bar. It's just really weird sequencing. Now, I do see it bounce off the 5-minute, but there's no reason for it to not... I mean, especially since it was down here, to not just keep going. Look at that! Look at the sequencing! So you can get the general idea, right? But the fucking... thing is not fluid when it does the things. You've had multiple closes below the last level, but it keeps fucking jumping back and forth on it. Could still take me out. It could still do a massive, massive move.
King.
Man, it's...
Sit tight, observe, and strike when the time's right. Time to play the waiting game. Smirks.
Well, I'm gonna have to flatten my position because it's taking more than I want from a fun short. There's no reason for it not to flow down further. Really awkward shit. I don't deal with this with anything else
Keep
except
an eye
for
out
Roku
around
and
the time, ride the trend, and make those moves like
Roku.
a pro. Time to capitalize on those patterns. Smirks.
Yeah, so it should have closed down below. It didn't. So if it does another jump up here, I'll flatten, and then I'll have to make it up later this afternoon somewhere else. What a weird stock. Okay, if it gets above here, I'm done. And it'll be interesting to talk about this later and see where it ends up. But if it wants to move higher, it's doing a good job, because it did bounce off of the 5-minute there. And it couldn't continue lower. Just the way that its prices are put together a little bit odd. Look at that. That is just weird price action. I'm gonna have to bump this thing up because a 1 minute is not trustworthy. Now the 5 minute looks like a really good, looks like a good long, because it wasn't able to continue further, and it left a tail and left two tails, so it's on an incline. But you want to use the 1 minute levels to confirm, but you can't really do that here yet. Okay, now you can. I'm done. There we go. So my contribution to King Philip's profit today is 76 bucks. As for me, we're above 300, so we're good.
Get ready to raise it high and ride the wind when it breaks.
It does look like a flag
Watch
now,
closely.
definitely. This
Stay
last
sharp.
candle
Smurfs.
now confirms on the 1 minute, and we have the 5 minute, so it looks like it wants to go higher. Really odd way of doing things, but so it'll be interesting to see. We'll talk later, but I'm at my goal. A little bit lower than my goal, but I can get that pretty quickly. What the f- This thing suckers you in, man. Look at the way it does its fills. It's kind of fascinating to watch, but, this motherfucker... That is just horseshit. So the other one that kind of does its fills like that are Roku. Or is it, Roku and who else? mRNA, maybe? I think Roku might be the better example. mRNA is a little bit more fluid than... Roku. I don't know, now I'm curious on watching this thing. This fucker, took me out 3 times. But it still hasn't proven to me that I can hold the new high. But like you said, it does make its moves later on, so it could just be waiting for the, could just be coiling up. How's Tesla doing? So Tesla's right at the open again. This is the... It might have a little bit of a bounce here. Maybe we can make 20 bucks off of this.
Roger that, King. I'll be here, waiting for the action to unfold. Let's conquer that market together. Smurfs.
I'm gonna take a nap after this. And we'll see when I wake up. So we're above the open, and this is where we had a little bit of a bounce here. 15 minute. Might be good for a few bucks, but market is starting to pull back a little bit. Let's just see where we go. If it goes fast right now, if we have a pop up here. Alright. Didn't continue. We got a few bucks off of that, but it was really quick. It wasn't really what I wanted to deal with. I wanted to keep going after taking out that candle. Didn't do that, though. 15 minutes still looks okay for a bounce, but still got 4 minutes left on this current candle. I'm starting to get tired. That chop and meta really wore me out. So this guy really got to me today. So many false breakouts. And it looked like it was holding for a long time, and then it just died. And then it gave you a little bit of hope, and then died. Alright, I think we're gonna call it good. I am just too exhausted, so... Made money. This is a really small win day, but the market's just kind of in a tight range. A lot of stuff has barely moved today. All right, King Philip, good luck with your IBM. Let's see where it's at before we leave. Oops. There we go. It got above the riffraff, and now it can go to new highs. So, very interesting sequencing here. Made a high, failed it. Made a high, couldn't hold it. Made a high, couldn't hold it. Broke down below, bounced off of a 5-minute moving average. Got back in here. Now it's broken above again. So this one looks like it should be able to hold, but we'll see. They like to... You gotta worry about every new high that they make, because they always do one more liquidity grab before it rolls over completely. And that doesn't fill me with confidence and wants to move higher. But it's still above the level. Very odd. I will never play this fucking stock. We did it a little bit for shits and giggles today, but that is, that is something. Alright, so... I don't see anyone else on... Alright, anybody have any...
I'll be ready to dive into the market at 1 p.m. Time to strategize and dominate. Smirks. I don't know shit about that.
Leave your bitch alone. Alright, anybody, last minute questions before I drop off? Oh, there's my, Tesla play. That bounce play. But this was a pretty trying day. Meta could not secure a new low. It's just playing in this fucking box going nowhere. What a... Oh my god. Alright everybody, I am done. See you later. If you continue to trade, don't lose it all. Anybody you want me to raid before I go? I see some people dropped off already, so I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter. Alright, go find whoever you like and watch them. I'm done for right now. I'll probably play Stellar Blade later because we got work to do on that game. See you later.